Welcome back, guys. I'll adjust that scoreboard in just a second, but this is Game 2 for the Kaspersky King of the Hill Arena. And this is a best of 5 that you are buckled in for. Talix, would you do me the honor of starting the introductions?
Sure. As our green Zerg player here in the top right, down currently 1 game. Let's hear it in chat, guys, if you are cheering for Biphy.
Yeah, if we got Dothead still sticking around, let's get a straw pull up, man. Let's see what people want to see, like 3-1, 3-2, all those good types of victories. But his opponent, opposite of him in the lower left corner of the map, it's the red Terran, or sorry, whoa, Rifkin. Rifkin, I know you like Terran, but come on, it's the red Protoss, White Raw.
Oh man, he's gonna be tearing the rest of this game now, you know that, right? That's
he'll be tearing up the rest of this game.
Oh snap, recovery.
No, actually, I really enjoy the fact that he's gone with red, because when I think White Raw, he's done such a good job at marketing it that, like, I think TTE Sports, and the first thing that comes to my mind is that red dragon logo. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh yeah, definitely. All right, well, White Raw's already got his scout here in Biphy's base. He's just kind of scouting around. Oh, he's actually gonna just try to steal some minerals. How cute.
Yeah, Biphy turned down that slightly earlier pool too. A 13 pool's nothing to scoff at, but it's just, I think he's ready to deal with the pylon block. This does not say to me Biphy wants to go aggressive with it.
Oh yeah, definitely. Well, what exactly is White Raw going to be doing? It looks like he's going to be doing... No, he's going to be going for the Nexus first. Do you think we're going to be seeing it the same last game? You're going to get the pylon and the forge down and then the gateway?
Probably. I mean, the one thing I like about White Raw is, while everybody in the world is doing the gateway expands right now, he still goes with the early expand with the forge. Not that that's a bad thing or a stubborn thing, mind you, but what that allows him to do is get set up for the late game a lot better and a lot easier. Because if you open with the gateway expand, you have to be aggressive with it. You can't just make a gateway expand and sit in your base AFK. You have to poke with the Zealot, the Stalker, and the Mothership Core to really make it effective. What White Raw does is, while he allows his opponent to get that very early economy as well, he sets himself quicker to get to his special tactics, whether it's just a straight push, whether it's drops or anything crazy. I mean, I actually like that he specifically does this. If someone else was Forge Fast expanding every game, I'd be like, okay, they're kind of taking the, defender's cheeky way out, like he doesn't want to fight. Okay, I get that, but no, White Raw, you know, he's got a plan from start to finish. So him going for the Forge Fast expand, without me harping on it too much, is kind of to be expected, honestly.
Oh, you think he's going to get that pylon? Yes, he does get that pylon down. He's going to be blocking that third for quite a bit. The Zerglings are here, though, so it will get cleaned up pretty fast. But even delaying it just a couple of seconds is very important.
I actually like that Biphy waited to attack it instead of trying to get that probe dead. Because, I mean, he's going to cancel this. Every Protoss player would cancel this. There's no reason White Raw wouldn't, unless he's not paying attention. He actually lets it complete. Cool.
Put a cannon down now. Never end.
Or gateway even.
Oh, gateway.
Oh, White Raw, you dirty old man.
Oh man, that's good. Well, that's going to be a while till that goes down.
And this one can be canceled a lot more effectively than the pylon. And I think the grid is like 2 grid marks in to block out that hatchery. Because that would be
just
so...
out of the range.
How embarrassing would that be if that was not even blocking it? Biphy's just like, alright, I'll just leave the deep-powered gateway there for the rest of the game. Because
yeah, it's just like White Raw's on the other side. It's like, whoops, that was intended. Alright, well, Biphy is going to be taking another third base. He's going to be taking it up here towards the top middle. That gateway will eventually be canceled as it's nearly completing, finishing up, and then we're probably going to see maybe...
Oh, White Raw, this would be so good if you put a pylon and a cannon here. Only one of each, of course, you don't want to invest too heavily, but Biphy didn't put an Overlord with this. And of course, if you guys don't know, let me show you the vision here. You get almost no vision when building a hatchery, so you can easily put a pylon and a cannon behind a mineral line, but White Raw, not going to do that. An honorable man, I guess.
I'm a fan of cannoning all the time, though. That's just me, though. If there's an opening, I will just always cannon. Despite if it makes me lose. It's just so much fun. And it causes so much rage.
Well, okay, a good thing you didn't, I guess, because the Lings do get here before the cannons would have finished up. But just while we got a small intermission before things get underway here, while Zealot scrap fight in the middle of the map. Guys, if you have music requests for between games, don't be shy to link it. We don't have auto links deleted, but if things get out of hand, if you accidentally get banned out because, you know, there's maybe spam bots going on at the same time or something, don't take it personally. We'll get it fixed immediately. But yeah, let us know what music you want to hear between games. We're sitting idling between the series. Because, of course, I know my music taste is terrible, and I dare not force it upon anybody else.
What kind of music do you like? Just because we're still waiting for stuff to happen. I'm curious.
I don't listen to music is my problem. I use my buddy Dan's playlist, and it's got a lot of Ellie Goulding on it, so by association, I actually now love Ellie Goulding. Never cared for her before. Like, can't get enough of her now.
On my stream, it's just always video game music.
Yeah, I know. You got like Well, the best part is you do like the old school video game music
Yeah,
too,
man.
like the 8-bit stuff.
Nostalgia Talix for a reason.
Actually, I gotta say my favorite video game related / older music, anything Mega Man, dude. That stuff is
Oh,
metal
yeah.
as hell.
I love that stuff.
Okay, I'm terrible. I'm gonna stop, but you guys get the idea.
Oh, I had an idea. Now I feel like my brain's bleeding a little bit. But
Actually, oh wow, the Overlords, both the scouts get picked off here in the base of White Rod. So Biphy only saw the front bit, I believe. Let's check this out. Oh, he actually got a full scout off. Very nice.
those Zerglings wanted that probe dead, man. There's a lot of Zerglings here, and that mothership core is just going to town.
I love how the Zerglings are fleeing from the one zealot in the mothership core too. Like,
Run away!
like they can kill this zealot and get the hell out, and then some. But Stalker too. Ooh, a nice cat. Not okay. Never mind. Oh, there we go.
There we go. I always like watching this game, and I just envision all the units being from like StarCrafts. You know what I mean? And I'm just
Yeah.
seeing like these Zerglings run around with their tongues out. They're going, ah, lick the zealots to death or something.
Well, you know they got all those mods for like Skyrim and stuff. If they could apply that to StarCraft, that'd be pretty wicked. But
Yeah, that'd be wicked.
Zerglings are actually killed enough that you can only scout at this point. And White Ram manages to sneak a pylon while all of this is going on.
Yeah, that's going down here in the top left-hand corner. Now, we also have to remember, Biffy's still only on that 3 base. He hasn't taken that 4th yet, and he's been investing so heavily into just some Zerglings right now. With that lair underway, do you think we're probably going to be seeing something like, I don't know, Mutas or Swarmhost or something?
You know, Mutalisks work really well against Protoss players in general, but with a tech path leading towards his Lings and a Baneling bus coming outside the base of White Raw, he does have this Immortal here, but he needs sentries, and he's going to be warping all of his units offensively. The timing here might be a bit of an anti-timing. It says gateways are now on cooldown, Talix. There are 2 Immortals to hold the front here. The Baneling should be able to still bust through this and just swarm those Immortals. That's not going to be good. Meanwhile, Time Warp does go down on the Queen. Will ensure the death of it, or maybe not. Will just barely goes down. And now these drones are panicking.
All right, well, we're going to actually have to see Biffy's now finally deciding to move in with the Banelings, and they're getting some...
They open the door. That's the key thing here. Now the Zerglings can flood in. They're going to run right to main. Nothing's left at home. Can White Rat? He doesn't. Oh, he can't actually recall if he needs to.
Yeah,
Will
he does
he?
get one force field down on the ramp, but some...
Oh,
actually, White Rat's holding this fine.
Yeah, I was going to say for a second there, it looks scary because he blocked himself out of his own base, but you're right. The probes were able to do enough. Only 4 workers killed rather. Not too many.
Yeah, definitely. And now we see, White Rat did manage to kill off that 3rd base. There's a lot of Zealots here. Zerglings swarming in. A good Time Warp goes down, but the Zerglings will eventually clean up these Zealots. However, White Rat has still put himself in a very good position.
You know, it's really funny. There's a lot of resources lost at this point in the game, but for both players, it's all just army value. They've been very good at holding their economy, and White Rat, of course, still now pushing with a lot of sentries. Not even like an immortal sentry all in, but a delayed immortal sentry attack, I guess would be a good way to phrase this.
Yeah,
course,
definitely.
Well, he's got the pylons positioned in the north of the map. He's got a warp prison coming up with the forward reinforcements. He could push, and I feel do very well while he pushes. I mean, there's just Lings on the map, and force fields are so good at dealing with Lings.
Yeah. Not those ones, though.
Not those ones. Yeah, we'll pretend those didn't happen. Like, what's that term in golf? Mulligan. It's a mulligan.
Yeah, a mulligan, man. We're gonna do over.
Meanwhile, Mothership Core being a little bit annoying. Of course, without a lot of damage, can't do too much, sadly.
Oh no, the Mothership Core didn't get far enough away, and it is getting pretty low right now. Banelings and Zerglings all over the middle of this map. If those Banelings connect on those sentries, that is gonna be huge for Biffy. But White Rat, he does have that Warp Prism here, so...
It's hard to connect to this sentry. Some Zerg players actually in recent days have been starting to do Bane Rain once again, just because it's the best way to get on top of those sentries. But no additional drops, nothing here for Biffy. He's going to be relying on just trying to run past these force fields.
Oh, no! What a
round
from Biffy.
White Rat in a lot of trouble here. He cannot recall out. This is actually going surprisingly well for him. Those Immortals holding strong against the Zerglings. But all the sentries are gone.
Yeah, when that turn happened, I did not expect it to turn out that way. I'm not going to lie. Now, this base here is extremely vulnerable. In fact, it probably will go down. There's not a whole lot from Biphy in terms of ground. Zealot's going to be doing so much damage here to the drones, and that hatchery falls like candy in front of me.
Man, I seriously, yeah, you're right. That first initial surround was so good. Even if Biphy cleans this up, it's at the cost of the base, and more importantly, at the cost of so many Banelings going off.
Those Banelings all detonated it on like nothing.
Well, they got the Zealots, but I mean,
oh,
what are they gonna do? Go to the Immortals, the Hardened Shield? I mean, there's no good situation there where he could have used those Banelings. The base was already gone. I really think Biphy should have just fallen back, quite frankly.
Yeah, I mean, this base is basically dead at this point. His army supply very, very low. White Raw is going so much reinforcing right now. Honestly, I think White Raw could probably just get a push in and win with some good force fields.
Yeah, I mean, he's, especially with the War Prism here, I mean, there's nothing to stop this reinforcement point. The Queens, of course, won't pick off the War Prism anytime soon, and there's no Corruptors, no Mutalists, no anything on the field, just Banelings, just Zerglings. And man, Talix, despite how cool it is that Biphy's making like 1,000,000 Banelings, they're not going to hold.
No, and he has to make sure he tries to engage on creep too, and I think that's why White Raw has pulled his army past off the creep, because, you know, they're just not as effective off of creep, and there's not a whole lot of creep here from Biphy. Like, one tumor in each direction, basically.
Yeah, White Rod too. Look at this. Like, his War Prism just keeping an eye on the army. It's performing the role of the observer because, I mean, why not? Like, this is.
Yeah, War Prism's like, hey, well, you can't shoot up. Balin's pretty bad at that.
Man, this is like, as a Terran player too, you'll sometimes see Terrans use Vikings to the same effect, where there's nothing to shoot up, so you just keep them over the army, and man, even more Zerglings coming out. He's got the tech advantage this game. Something he definitely lacked last game is 2-2 versus the 1-1 of White Rod, but with Colossus on the field, with these force field, these Banelings are going to be... I don't see them connecting, Talix, is basically what it boils down to. And if they do connect, I don't see them doing much damage, is the problem.
Yeah, we're going to have to see how this engagement is going to happen. I mean, Biphy, I think, is kind of scared to engage just because, I mean, White Raw, if he, like, loses this army, there's nothing to defend. And White Raw can just harass, because there is that one War Prism that's just chilling over the army right now. He could literally just bring that over to that third base.
Hang on, Talix. This might be something that turns the tide for him. If he gets these infestors out with fungal growths, if he lands a good fungal or two, and can somehow dodge the force fields, these Banelings could connect to the big chunk of the army. And the thing is, while Banelings don't do bonus damage versus Stalkers, it's still a ton of Banelings that are going to be doing a ton of area of effect damage when they die. So a good fungal mixed with Banelings could turn the tides of this battle. It's looking unlikely, though. Don't get overexcited, guys. But if it happens, it'll be big. But, oh man, the Baneling's getting eradicated immediately. There's that fungal growth. Zerglings coming in for the surround. No force fields just yet. Force fields do go down perhaps a little bit too late. The Colossus actually are going down to this.
Yeah.
Talix, Biphy's going to take this fight in the most unlikely way.
Well, I mean, with the constant reinforcements there from that War Prism, I mean, it's despite the fact that that engagement was really good for Biphy, White Raw still has a great advantage.
It was that last second warp and that really just kind of churned it. I mean, like, it really looked like Biphy had that. But, oh no, he's actually blocked himself at his ramp with the Banelings morphing in.
Oh no. And not only that, but there is a couple of zealots at that third base that will kill that base going down. If in this attack, with the constant supply, I think we're going to be seeing that GG here in the next couple of seconds.
Yeah, if Biphy can somehow deal with the War Prism, maybe you can hold on to this, but he just can't deal with like 8 zealots warping in at a time. It's just not possible with what he has on the field.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised how long that War Prism has lived, especially because it's been so offensive. It's just been chilling over the army for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, with no Hydra, no Spire, there's just no way to deal with this. You can't have Queens pick up a War Prism. It does not happen.
Yeah. Well, the drone's still moving out here. Queen does get a,
I think Biphy just doesn't believe that he lost this. I mean, that was such a good engagement for him just now, and it wasn't enough. That is a hard thing to deal with, a harsh reality, Talix.
Yeah, well, behind this, he's probably thinking, you know, White Raw's still only on 2 base. I mean, you know, if I can continue to hold this, maybe I could be in a good position. But now, he's down to 1, and there's the GG.
Really well played. Nonetheless, both players, a 20-minute game of Derelict Watcher. I will take it, sir.
Yes, indeedy.